Alright, we're gonna kind of assess underneath underreach. Sorry for the video, it's a little different. This is a wheel lift on a 1-ton diesel service truck or tow truck, wrecker. The wheel lift, as you can see, it's right on that opening. Sorry about the lighting, but I stick my several fingers under there. We've got a couple things going on with it. Right here, this portion slides up and down, and that is a wear plate in there. And why I believe it's shifted is that wear plate's been gone for quite a while. Hopefully that'll focus without my finger in there. So that wear plate has got that whole Stinger wheel lift shifted to the passenger side. I don't know that it's hurt anything in there. We'd have to take it apart to find out and replace that. Got some leakage going on. Up in there is probably the worst of it. Quite a bit there on that valving. Looks like somebody's done pretty well a full rear brake rebuild. I see a new hose. Definitely on this truck could use an upgrade on the shocks. They're pretty much giving the gusto. But somebody's gone through the rear brakes on it. Looks like a full complete job. Even new hose, or I'm sorry, new hose, but a new steel line right there. We're just gonna keep on rolling forward. Kind of hole underneath here exhaust wise. It could use some welding repairs on it, but nothing bad. Sway bar links, they're intact, but as we kind of keep on rolling, I probably should have showed the wiring back there, but lots of wiring under here. Needs some service and repair. I'm sure some of these here are for some of the lighting up top there, but I'm Scotch locks right there on the underneath side of a rig, just that's hard on the wiring. So that really needs kind of straightened out, and probably some of this stuff pulled out. You can see some of these butt connectors here. Those are not weather tight butt connectors. And there's a little bit of a common theme under here that definitely had some oil leakage over the last probably a little bit. As we keep rolling forward here, definitely got some wires that need policed up. We got power takeoff. Really probably needs, sent to the car wash and just power washed off of there. As we come onto the 4-link bars, I don't know if it'll focus. Bushings are pretty well beat out of that 4-link setup, and I'm sure that's adding to some of the death wobble as we come down. Looks like somebody's gone through the brakes on it, but it's been a while. Even that shim contactor, or the contact shim, is starting to have a little bit of delamination or rust jacking, if you will. When we come out and look at the tire, I don't know if that'll show up in the video, but they're cupped terribly bad. I'm sure that's gonna add to some of the death wobble. As we come across here and kind of look at the engine compartment, it's got a pretty new, brand new starter on it, looks like. It's got some oil leakage. As we kind of roll over there, looks like somebody's been, well, if I can get it in there, but the four-wheel drive, I don't know if they've circumvented around it, but that's kind of how it came in. And then this hose here runs up and it's kind of looped back into itself. I'm not sure if that's an issue or if that system's going to work. Steering dampener there, and forgive me, I'm rolling around on a creeper, so it's hard to video that. Steering dampener, we're going to roll forward here. Bear with me. I want to get a good look up here at the motor. I almost think the motor's going to need to be pulled out of it, or engine for all you purists out there. The engine's going to have to be pulled out of it. I don't know what that connector goes for. It looks like it's been undone for a while. That panhard bar, right here, or the track bar. It's got the whoop in it. That's new. So somebody's done pretty good front end work to it. Tie rod's new, or newer. Like I said, steering dampener needs replaced. That oil leak, for anybody out there that's like, oh, I'll just pour some oil in it. But that oil leak is very difficult on the bushings. There's a bushing right in there as I make it not focus. And that makes all those bushings swell like crazy and just ruins them. As we come across here, I noticed there should be a grease zerk right in there. Not a big deal. I would say definitely some front end work. I don't know if we can get it in this, but that tire's just chopped all that it can be. So that shows me front end work. Like I said, engine's going to need more than likely pulled out, or at least cleaned, and find out what's leaking under there. Looks like the majority of it. Some underreach or wheel lift work, and definitely some tires and front end work. But that's what I see kind of on the underneath side of this wrecker. Shocks have been replaced, so they at least got gas charged shocks on it, so we'd have to see whether those had any rebound to them or not.